Alyssa, is that the name of your childhood friend? The one you said who drifted away from you when she moved out? Huh. Do you remember everything then? You really loved her. You even married her. You thought from then on your life would be rainbows and butterflies. But not long after your marriage, a certain someone from the past that you beat in a fight came back for revenge. Quite a tragic background, if I may say. Oh, what is it? Well, she also been reincarnated is what you're asking, correct? Huh. Then yes, she has. Now, I can't disclose that much information. I'm almost certain she's doing well, last time I checked. That is all I can say, though. And what about your feelings for Maria, then? What are you going to do about them, now that you remembered you had a wife? Granted, that was in the past. Shouldn't you try to live your life here, as is? You're feeling guilty because of Alyssa. Let me just tell you a little something, then. Just promise me that when someone asks you, you didn't hear it from me. Mm-hmm. Good. Or else I might get into trouble. I was just to spice things up a bit, don't worry. A little birdie told me the answer you seek might be closer than you think. I'm sure you can figure it out. I've given out enough hints already. All is left for you is to solve it yourself. That way, it's fair. Well, you have to take advantage on your newfound smarts on this one. You'll get it. Anyway, I wish you all the best, Miss Delinquent. You're awake already. You're not allowed to drink alcohol when I'm not around. Just promise me not to drink a single drop of alcohol unless it's just the two of us. Alright. Oh, just let me stay like this for a while. I'm still sleepy. Don't move. I'm just a bit tired from last night. Oh, aren't you curious? Do you not remember that? Who knows? And to think that you'd be like that when you're drunk. That surprised me with how proactive you can be. So how exactly are you going to make it up to me? If you... Why do you keep apologizing? No, that's not what I meant. I meant... Even when it's not your fault, why are you... Even though I'm supposed to be the one. Are you not angry at me at all? Was it really because of you that I suffered so much? Or are you just taking accountability for something you didn't really do? Tell me. Are you really, Eve? Then look me in the eye and tell me. Don't look away. I don't even know anymore. The way you arbitrarily confessed that you were the root of the bullying that day, apologized and showed remorse for the damage it caused, swearing to do anything to make me forgive you. You even agreed to being my servant, and obediently agreed to any request I made you do. Who does that? But was it really you who did everything? Those aren't the actions of someone who is pure evil. Not unless this is some sort of mind game of yours again, where you wait for me to lower my guard, and when I'm the most vulnerable, when I finally trust you wholeheartedly, you're just going to stab me in the back. I just want you to tell me the truth. the old Eve, as far as I can remember, was the most vile person that I knew of. She only ever cared about herself and none for others. But you... the way you look at people... the way you look at me especially... it's as if you really care. You even said before that you'd protect me. And even though I'm supposed to feel happy seeing you suffer, why is it that I'm starting to feel guilty? Guilty that I might be hurting the wrong person this whole time. So please, will you tell me who you really are? Please. If you won't, then I will. I'm not the real Maria either. I'm not originally from here. In my past life, I died a tragic death. I wasn't able to fully enjoy my life, you see. It ended so abruptly, and I left a really important loved one all alone. She was my best friend. She was the one who proposed to me first, and I was the happiest person there was when she did. We were once separated before because I had to transfer somewhere else, but once we got to reunite during university and hung out again, it just clicked, and it happened. We fell for each other all over again and got together. And not long after, she proposed. We exchanged our vows to each other, and we were finally wife and wife. Our life was just beginning as wives. It might not have been easy, but we promised to each other. We promised to each other that we would get through all the good times and hardships together. We were supposed to grow old together, but apparently someone held a grudge on her. She used to be a delinquent, after all. A real feisty one at that. I used to scold her back then to not get into fights that often. Back when we were still young. Well, she eventually stopped when we got to university. But to think someone back from her high school hated her that much. I knew of the risks. Of course I did, but there was nothing else I could do. I tried to help her as best as I can. I would have known if she told me, but she... That day, she was sick. And I had to go to work as well as buy groceries. I promised her that I'd come back as soon as I can. But on my way home, I was confronted by a bunch of scary-looking people. I thought they were just asking for directions somewhere, since I don't really want to judge, but it seemed that they really were bad people. I kept walking, pretending that I didn't see them, but as I was passing one of them, I suddenly felt a sharp pain on my stomach. And next thing I knew, when I checked, I saw red liquid dripping. I was already bleeding. I panicked. I was about to scream for help, but we were in an alleyway with barely anyone passing by, and before I could do anything, one of them covered my mouth with their hand and started to keep plunging the knife again and again and again. I couldn't even remember how many times was it, until I couldn't move anymore. Last thing I saw was a person that seemed important, laughing at me. He looked satisfied, despite me hanging on by a thread. Not to mention it was raining too. In that moment, all I could think about was her, my wife. She was sick. I promised her that I'd be home as soon as I can, and yet... And I knew for a fact that when she comes through, she's going to take on whoever was responsible for my death. But even I knew it would be impossible. After all, that guy looked like he had a lot of connections. I was worried. So worried for her. There was nothing that I could do anymore. Endless thoughts started to rush in my head. All those memories, all my worries, and when I came to, I was in some kind of afterlife. Some weird game master spun a wheel, and then the rest is history, and I got here. And I pretty much lived my whole life as Maria. From birth to now. And then high school came, and I started getting bullied. And you probably know what comes after that already, don't you? So, yeah, that's how I got here. My real name is Alyssa. I don't really know what you're going to do with that information, but... Oh, wait, why are you the one tearing up? Was my story that depressing? I guess it is. After being killed like that, I proceeded to get bullied in high school, and my new life, it was horrible, but I survived at least. Why are you apologizing again? Huh? She used to call me Allie, too. Oh, what's wrong with you? I get the story was sad, but you don't really have to cry for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I already know, dummy. I knew from the moment you called out my name when you were sleeping. And who would have thought? I should have noticed sooner. Those earnest eyes of yours. I wouldn't mistake them for anyone else. I'm sorry. But I did a lot of horrible things to you, didn't I? Don't say that. You're supposed to get mad at me for this. Oh, God. You really are a sincere little rebel, aren't you? I don't think I can hold back this time. Just tell me if anything feels uncomfortable for you, okay? Well, of course, that was only because I was upset and I didn't know it was you. I'm sorry. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. Right. Before anything. I love you. No, can I? I really won't hold back if you tell me like that. Alright then. This is your request. You better see it till the end. No. No holding back your voice. I want to hear everything. Well, she really didn't hold back, did she? Hello? I couldn't even if I wanted to. Just because I'm a game master, that doesn't mean I'm immune to the rules. I can't possibly intervene in your affairs, after all. To be honest, this is technically an error. You're not supposed to be reincarnated with another real person after all. Remember that I told you that this world is catered for you? You see the issue? And the chances of that happening would have been close to impossible. Yet here we are. The fact that you were wives in your past life is even amazing. Not at all. It was all pure chance. I suppose this has happened before too, but that was only because a certain someone made it that way. Just a little co-worker of mine. I mean, then again, the one in charge didn't really bat an eye. Oh, don't worry about it. She's juggling between 2 responsibilities now. But she's at least doing her job well. Quite an ecstatic person, she is. I don't know where she gets her energy from. As long as she's happy, I suppose. Well, enough of that. All I can say is, I hope you can enjoy your life here now, seeing as you're given another chance to spend it with her again. You've cleared things up with her already, right? Then that's great. You've got plenty of time. Heck, you have all the time in the world, after all. This is in a way your very own paradise. So enjoy it. No problemo. I'll still be watching over you, though. Take care. Goodbye. I thought it was all a dream. I did try telling you that I'll be as gentle as possible, but you were the one who kept tempting me to go rougher, so I did. Come here. I miss this a lot. Hey, can you tell me what happened after? You don't need to tell me now if it's too difficult. You can take your time, but I just want to know what you went through too, since I know it must have been difficult for you. You went ahead and did something stupid, didn't you? Oh, I knew it. And you got yourself hurt in the process. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Oh. We're here now, so it's all in the past. But it still must have been painful. So from now on, no more handling it all by yourself, okay? If there's anything wrong, we'll talk about it, okay? We'll tackle all of these hardships and problems together. And of course, the good times too. Naturally. And I won't be taking my eyes off you anymore, my little rebel. You know, for a delinquent, you sure were short. Was that why you always got into fights? Well, now you're taller than me, but that's only because Eve was born with good genes. Before that, I just really want to say sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I'm still feeling guilty for... I know, but are you sure? Oh, so you did enjoy it. Where are you heading off to, little rebel? Oops. Oh, you can barely move your legs. Now you really can't go anywhere. Kiss attack. Let's live our whole lives together here. Forever. Okay? We're sharing. Oh, youth.
Game Master,
Oh, what is it?
Moxie is calling you.
Oh, little sis is calling me. What is it this time?
She said she got caught sending another soul to the same universe as she is because she felt bad for her fellow friend.
Oh,
What are we going to do?
don't worry about it. Remember, they have a soft spot for a little Moxie. They're just going to let it slide. Not like they can do anything about it when it's done already.
She's still calling you.
I'll answer, honestly. Well, I can see what she means when she said humans are all worth it. Those satisfied faces. They are fascinating. Oh, hello? Moxie? Yes? Yes, slow down. I can't understand you if you're speaking too fast. Yes, I will talk to them later. Oh, don't worry. Who is it? The princess and her assistant? Oh, I see. It's like that. I understand.